I cannot believe that I had never seen Mrs. Santa Claus. I don't even think I'd heard of this film, and I'm really surprised because it's amazing. It's exactly my kind of film. I would have loved this as a child. I love Angela Lansbury. I have no idea how I've only just found out about this, but what I can confirm is that it's definitely been worth the 27-year wait. This was, of course, released in 1996. It's directed by Hughes and written by Mark Saltzman, and it stars Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Claus. And we also have Lynsey Bartilson as Nora. I wanted to mention her in particular because I thought her performance as the young Nora was fantastic. And this is a musical about how Mrs. Claus is feeling a bit left out during the holidays in the run up to Christmas. She doesn't feel like Santa Claus is giving her much attention or really paying attention to any of her ideas. So, a bit fed up, she decides to take the sleigh out with the reindeer and unfortunately crash lands in Manhattan. This is at the beginning of the 1900s, and the set designs and the costumes are amazing. And while she's there, she's not sure how to get back home. So she decides to take a job at a toy factory where all of these little girls and boys are working in really not great conditions. And part of the film, a large part of the film, is about her trying to improve working conditions for these children as they are forced to make teddy bears and other toys for the pretty selfish factory owner. We also have a bit of the narrative focusing on women's rights, which I thought was pretty exciting because while I'm very passionate about learning about the suffrage movement, most of my knowledge and research is focused on the suffrage movement in the UK. So to kind of have a bit about that set in the States is something that I personally found to be really interesting. But I will say it's not completely at the foreground. So if you're not interested in the suffrage movement or women's rights, it's not going to affect your enjoyment of the film. But if that is something you're interested in, it's another layer that the film has to offer. One of the reasons this works really well is because Angela Lansbury is just a perfect Mrs. Claus. The way she looks, the way she acts, she is just ideal for this role. She has some wonderful songs to sing. Music and lyrics are by Jerry Herman, and all of the performances are great. And I really thoroughly enjoyed the musical aspect. It's something I wouldn't mind listening to as a soundtrack outside of watching the film. I don't think it's one I'll become obsessed with, but it was certainly very pleasant within the context of the film, and I think I will give it a watch, or a listen to rather, on its own. But that being said, I would quite like to watch this again. This could be a film that I will watch every year because it's everything that I love. It's a beautiful story. It's Angela Lansbury. I love musicals visually with the costumes and the set designs. It's stunning, and I had a lot of fun with it. As I said, I'm really, really surprised that I'd never heard of this. I mean, maybe I'd seen it as a child, but I doubt it because I feel like my mother would have recorded it from the TV, as we did a lot in those days with our little blank VHS tapes, and I would have watched it again and again because it's amazing. So I feel like I've probably never seen it, but it has absolutely been worth the wait. I have watched a couple of hundred Christmas films over the last few months, and without a doubt, this is one of my favourites, probably one of my top 5. I loved every second of it. It's absolutely fantastic. If you're looking for a fun family film, it's perfect. If you like musicals, you're going to love it. If you love Angela Lansbury and you haven't seen it, I think you'll adore her performance. Mrs. Santa Claus was absolutely worth the wait. I loved every second of it, and I will listen to the soundtrack again before next Christmas. And I'm pretty confident I'll watch this again next year. I absolutely loved it.